Checking mic one, check, check. Checking. Checking sound. Checking cameras.
Welcome to Frog Question Friday.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our super awesome quarantine tent that is definitely not my wife's closet. I am coming to you live again today, thankfully without my normal co-host Lillian. She has a tendency to screw everything up, and so luckily I'm by myself today, which is awesome. I titled this live stream today as Social Media Disaster, which is just, I think, an appropriate title for the amount of weird social media stuff that we're going to be doing today, which is also why I gave myself this strange background. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm realizing it is kind of like social media disaster is an appropriate term for it. So we are going to start today by going through the pictures that were submitted for the Scapegoat Challenge. Now, if any of you who are watching are not aware of what the Scapegoat Challenge is, a brief introduction. The scapegoat, you may be familiar with the term scapegoat, but it comes from the book of Leviticus in the Bible, where the Israelite people took a literal goat and symbolically placed their sins on this goat and then chased it out of their community. So the Scapegoat Challenge this week was for all of us either working or going to school online. Anytime you see something that is distracting you from your work, that keeps you from getting your work done, that becomes your scapegoat for the day, the thing that you blame for all of your problems. So, without further ado, here are some of the pictures that were submitted. This is not all of them. I actually, for some reason, I forgot some of them. So I've uploaded, I only have a handful, but I think they actually do a pretty good job of summarizing our universally all of our community's problems when it comes to working online. And the first one's pretty obvious, which is I don't have the names of the people who submitted these individual pictures. So we'll just have to guess, I guess. But this one is pretty straightforward. YouTube definitely can become a scapegoat. Now, as I say that, I'm realizing I'm live streaming on YouTube right now, so I hope I'm not part of the problem, but who knows. And now everyone in the chat is also pointing out. Now, no one sent in pictures of this, but pointing out your siblings. If your sister is your scapegoat, that's too bad because she's your family. And also too bad because you're stuck in a house with her. So if she is really your scapegoat, if she's the thing that keeps you from getting your work done, that's you're in a predicament. You are. The next one proves something I've been saying for a long time, which is that cats are evil. If your cat is the thing, if your cat is your scapegoat, if your cat is the thing that is keeping you from getting your work done, I've been saying for a long time that cats are evil. This is proof. Look at that face. That face has seen and done some terrible things and remembers everything. Look at those eyes. Evil. Next up is just, I guess, food in general is the category here. Hold on a second. Are those all Peeps right there? Are those Peeps? No. Those aren't. I don't know what those are. They look like Peeps, but I guess they're not Peeps. Well, to be honest, I'm looking at this picture now. I don't think I recognize a single thing in this picture. Like Dorito Bits? What even is that? Okay, everyone, calm down with the cat support. It's not welcome here. Okay, next one up is it's a picture of a phone, and you're probably focusing on the main picture here, but I am focusing on this little thumbnail up in the corner. What is going on here? And also, questionable taste in stickers for the back of your device. That's all I'm gonna say. And it seems like chatting with friends online has become a popular scapegoat for us all. I've gotten a lot of pictures of people chatting online. There was one person, though, who uploaded this with the title Bibles, and I was very excited to see that someone actually at least was doing their homework until I realized that these aren't Bibles. Those aren't Bibles. I'm on to you. Inappropriate. This last one, I don't even know what to say. Anything. There's so many things in this picture that I don't understand. I can't comprehend. This looks like it looks like someone is playing video games here, but standing on the corner of a raised platform, maybe the edge of a bed, like 3 feet off the ground. Also, there's wires hanging up here. There's a like an A-frame step stool ladder. It looks like you're in a room that you're like your family's doing construction in this room, but you were in the middle of games and you were just like, nope. I need to get my video gaming in. This has to happen. Like, if there was ever a time to put aside the video games, it would be in the middle of construction when you don't even have something to sit on. But no, we're just gonna forge ahead. Okay, so moving right along, that's enough of the scapegoat challenge for this week. We are now going to, who's Travis Scott? I don't understand. I'm just looking at the comments. Sorry. Oh, Jackie's here. Hi, Jackie. My dog keeps trying to bite me. Bridget, I think you need to give up on that one. That dog doesn't sound like it likes you very much. I don't think you're gonna win there. I don't think you're gonna win that battle. Dogs can be just as evil as cats sometimes. Okay, so let's get to some actual questions. There were a lot of questions submitted through the website. I've brought them in here so we can look at them together. Our first question is from someone named Lillian's #1 fan. Okay, well, Lillian's a co-host on my show, so I'm assuming you're also a fan of mine, hopefully. Has Lillian ever been to Disney World? What is this fixation on Lillian? She's occasionally my co-host, but she's not even on this episode. So how can I answer questions for her? We're just going to ignore the Lillian questions. Moving on. This one's from Kevin. Who is Lillian's favorite Disney princess? Okay. Clearly Kevin just ignored what I just said about not submitting Lillian questions. I don't know who Lillian's favorite princess is. She's not here, so let's move on. From more Lillian. I think Lillian had more to say. You should have her back on the next show. Okay, just as a recap of what happened last time we did this, she threw a microphone. That was not a toy microphone, by the way. I know they were colorful, but it was like an actual heavy microphone. Threw a microphone on my foot, hit directly on the top of my foot. It hurt so bad, and then she laughed at my pain. She did do kind of a helpful hand washing demonstration, so I guess we can give her props for that. But I fear for my life when I bring her on the show. She's a little tornado. Bring her back. Okay, let's do that. Since you all can't seem to stop asking for more Lillian, she's downstairs right now. Are you serious? Okay, now the chat's going crazy with everyone. Okay, if enough of you want Lillian back on as a co-host, I'll see what I can do. But I'm going to keep going with the questions for now. Okay. From Natalie, if you have curly hair, why aren't your eyebrows curly too? And if it's because they aren't long enough, then how or why do they just stop growing, unlike hair on your head? Same with eyelashes. So this, I've never considered this question. I never thought I'd have to consider this question, but as standard for frog questions, if I get a question I don't know, I have to research it. So ever since you asked this question, it's made me curious. I looked into it. I learned a lot of interesting science that I still don't totally understand. But basically what I'm getting is that hair goes through several phases in its life. The first question is, or the first phase is growth. So it's like growing, and hair grows very quickly. When it reaches the end of its growth phase, it reaches, I think it's like telogen or something like that. The phase where it like stops and sort of is at the end of its life, and then it will eventually fall out, which is why, if you're brushing your hair, you do occasionally have hair falling out, because that's the hair that's been growing for a long time. In fact, the hair on your head goes through the growth phase apparently for up to like 6 years. So when you brush your hair and hair falls out, the hair that's falling out that's at the end of its life has actually been on your head growing for about 6 years, which is kind of crazy to me. What's interesting is that your eyebrows and your eyelashes, as far as I can tell, their growth phase only lasts for about 30 days. So they never grow very long. It also seems like they're sort of made up of different stuff, different proteins and things. But I don't know. Ask your science teacher. Go to your science teacher's weekly live stream and ask these questions. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about hair follicles. Good grief. Let's move on. Okay, this question was submitted by someone calling themselves Eat the Rich, in case you were wondering what side of the question they were on. The question reads, opinions on the 1%, do they deserve their wealth, or should it be distributed? I have 3 things to say about this question, Number one, we use this term, we throw around the term 1% a lot, referring to the top 1% richest people, like in the country or in the world. It's worth pointing out that even though there is a top 1%, it's not always the same people. Like Bill Gates is probably always in the top 1%, but there's also a lot of people in the 1% who like earn some money and they become part of the 1%, and then they lose some money or like go through a rough patch and then they're out of the 1%. So like when you say the 1%, it's not like 10 guys who are always the same all the time. Think about it with grades too. Like if I took the top 1% grades of my students, those would not be the same students week to week or like month to month. You will have some students who are routinely earn good grades, but there's also some who like the grades always move up and down depending on how you do. Now, having said that, sharing wealth, like distributing resources, has been a part of Christian theology for a really long time. If you go back to the original Christian churches after Jesus left them to their ways, they pretty much did something like this. It was very similar to communism, where you just said, hey, we've all got money, we've all got food, let's bring it all together, distribute it evenly among everybody. So rich people, threw in tons of money, poor people didn't throw in much, but then they all were given what they needed. It's a really great idea. And it actually works really well when you have very small communities, like the early Christian communities were very small. It does not work so well when communities reach a certain size where they hit this breaking point. I think it's around 1,000 people. When all of a sudden you hit the point of like you don't know the names of all of your neighbors, and when you don't know everyone in your group, you kind of stop caring about them. And this is where you have what I'm calling the group project problem. If you've ever been in a group project, you know that there's one person in that group who kind of just takes charge, does most of the work, and yes, I was pointing out that's communism. Yes, early Christianity was in fact communist. But like I said, as Christianity grew and got bigger, it realized that communism didn't work because there were people who were not carrying their load. So in a group project, you've got the one person who goes out and like does all of the work and earns the credit. And when that group gets an A, one person really carried the group, and there were probably one or two other people who didn't do any work, but they're still going to get an A like everyone else. That's kind of the problem we're talking about here. And you can imagine in those situations, the person who did most of the work is going to be kind of angry about that. The people who didn't do the work, well, they're happy, but they also haven't learned any lessons. They're going to keep not doing work. I think there are definitely merits to rich people sharing wealth with poorer people, but I think it's important that I think what we need is more people, more empathy, people understanding the situations of others and voluntarily trying to offer to help. Because what we see is when you try to force people to do something good, they don't react well to it. So like if you try to use the government to force rich people to give up their money, they're going to just learn to hide their money better. Like send their money to banks in other countries where our government can't tell them what to do with it. And that happens all the time. So, because our government has tried to do things like this. So it's tricky, and I don't think the solution is forcing rich people to give up their wealth. I think the solution is getting people to have more conversations with each other and expanding like our ability to have empathy for others. Because if rich people cared about poor people, they would do good things with their money, and lots of them do. But then, of course, lots of them don't. Anyway, let's move on. Next question. Yeah, a lot of you are actually kind of agreeing with exactly what I said, which is that like communism theoretically is a great idea. Like it sounds like it should work perfectly, but it never does. Like when we try it, something ends up going wrong. And it's usually, as many of you have now pointed out, it's usually because of the leaders' corruption at the top. Okay. From Smiley Face. Opinions on tattoos and piercings. So the Bible does explicitly say that tattoos and piercings are immoral, but that happens to be back in the Mosaic Law section. And after Christian communities started forming their own theology, Christians all agreed that tattoos and piercings, or not those specifically, but they agreed that they didn't have to follow all of the laws in the Mosaic Law. So they stopped eating kosher foods, as they had done for thousands of years. They stopped, all of the practices surrounding like how you plant your crops and what kind of clothes you wear. and they were focused more on like love-based morality rather than that law-based morality. Today, Christianity in general does not have any objections to tattoos or piercings. And I would say myself personally, I don't think there's anything intrinsically immoral or wrong with getting a tattoo or a piercing. Having said that, just don't be dumb, right? Like, all you have to do is type in stupid tattoos into Google and you will find a wealth of pictures. I was going to find some for you, but you can do it yourself. There are so many dumb tattoos and piercings out there. It's just awful. And just like, if you're going to do something like this, remember that it's permanent. I mean, at least tattoos are permanent. Just make sure that it's something that's actually like meaningful and makes your life better. I don't think I would ever get a tattoo. I recommend to most people who ask me if they should get a tattoo, I'm always like, no. Most of the time, because those people are students who, just came of age and now can legally get tattoos, and they're like, I'm just gonna go out and get a tattoo of anything. Dolphin, sure, whatever. It's like, don't be that person. Don't be dumb. Just like, be thoughtful and actually treat your body respectfully. Yeah, and some of you are also pointing out it can make it hard to get a job. It can make it so that people don't respect you. I didn't even touch on that. That's actually probably a better point than what I said. Okay, next question. From Rick R. Posted, have you seen this? And then included a link to a YouTube video, which I have embedded in this next slide. So we are going to watch this together. Hopefully it's nothing insane. That's how you know it's going to be a good video, when the technology barely works at the beginning. Oh my goodness.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend in Jesus.
Okay, I have seen this before.
Jesus is a friend of mine. He taught me how to live my life as it should be. He taught me how to turn my
so
when people laugh at me. I've had friends before, and I can tell you
this is
that
awful. I have seen this video before. I saw this on the summer leadership program that I do. The staff were sending this around because it was so funny. I'm just like, how did this video even happen? Who are these people? Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough out of you. I can't anymore. I took a couple of screenshots there. Oh my gosh, that was the worst. Okay. So we need to move on, but like a couple of things really quick. No, stop. Enough of you. Okay, I just took this screenshot. It's just a couple of things I need to point out. First of all, man, we need to bring this back. These gigantic collars on shirts. A shirt collar is good when it's that gigantic. Also, this woman right here is playing the piano, right? She's playing an electric keyboard. There is a grand piano sitting right next to her, and that's just like classic, what is this, the 80s, when it was like, no, more synthesizers, the cheaper, more electronic the instruments, the better. Okay. Also, we just need to give a close-up here to this guy right here. He knows how bad this video is. Hold on, can I make this bigger? There he is. Look at that face. That's the face of someone who knows how bad the video is that he's in right now. He's just thinking, he's not even singing. He's just thinking about all of the life choices that brought him to this moment. His eyes are closed. He is just thinking, he's thinking about you all watching him right now, judging him. Oh my goodness, this is so. And to those of you who are suggesting that I use this as the theme song at the beginning of the Frog Question live stream, no, I'm not going to do that. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. We need to move on. Let's go over to the chat really quick, because I'm just going to leave this guy up on the screen because I think This is the face that I want you to have to stare at for the next 10 minutes. I'm just going to go into the chat really quick and see what's going on. Some of you are suggesting getting matching tattoos. What is this? Of frogs? No, I don't approve of that. Frog tattoo, no, terrible. Okay, someone's asking if you can recreate the song for extra credit. No, don't recreate. Actually, you know what? Go for it. I'm not going to give you extra credit, but I would love to see it. Oh my goodness. Lillian, better come back. Lillian, bring her back. Hashtag bring back Lillian. Yes, bring her back. Meg, Jade, Bridget, Olivia. I can't. The number of people asking for Lillian. It's too much. Okay, so here's the thing. I love your comments about this guy. Here's the situation. Lillian's downstairs right now. Last time I was able to live stream from my phone to go downstairs. I don't have my phone with me right now because I left it downstairs because Lillian wanted to play with it, and normally I don't let her play with screens because it's not supposed to be good for toddlers, but I wanted her to be amused while I was doing this live stream. So I can't bring my phone downstairs. What I could try is, if you have the patience, I think I could try calling my phone and we can see if she answers. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. She's probably not going to answer. She's a toddler. She doesn't know how to work a phone, right? I don't know. Okay. So I see a lot of you now mentioning that you want to start a band to recreate this. All right. So we are going to try to call Lillian, I guess. I mean, this has got to be a bad idea, right? No? Okay. You're all telling me to do it, so. All right, let's try. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to bring up Google so I can try to call her.
Frog questions will return after these messages.
I don't think she's going to answer. I mean, I know the phone is down there near her, but I don't know, maybe it's on silent. Yeah, it doesn't look like she's going to pick it up. Oh. Lillian, is that you?
Yeah.
Hi, I didn't think you were going to answer. Do you have a minute to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, well, some people online had some questions for you. Oh, we're going with a different view. Hi. Can you wave? Hi. Thank you for answering my call. I just had a couple of questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You can answer some questions for us?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone online asked, have you ever been to Disney World?
Yeah.
You have? You must have been without me, because I didn't go. Hey, is that my cat? How did you get my cat? Did you steal it? Hey, Lillian, do you want to go to Disney World?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do? Okay, well, maybe we can go later. Someone else online asked, what is Lillian's favorite Disney princess? Can you answer? Yeah? Do you like Elsa? Do you like Moana? Yeah. Do you like Rapunzel, I guess? We started watching Tangled recently, so that's a good one. Lillian, what are you working on right now? Do you have any projects down there?
Yeah.
You do? You playing with your blocks?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Oh, your blocks are over there. Okay. Well, thank you for answering our call. I know you're very busy. Do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to wave goodbye?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, wave goodbye. Okay. Did you want to, is there anything else you wanted to say while we have you on the phone? Did you want to play peekaboo? Can you go peekaboo? Peekaboo. There's Lillian. Where's Lillian? Where's Lillian? There's Lillian. Okay, thank you for playing peekaboo. Hey Lily, before we sign off, can you tell everyone that it's time for the word of the day before you hang up? Can you say, now it's time for the word of the day? Word of the day. All right, ready? On 3, you're going to do it, and we're going to get really excited, okay? 1, 2, 3. Now it's time for the word of the day. Word of the day. What a good job you did. Oh, hold the cat up like Simba. Okay. Thank you, Lillian. We're going to hang up now, okay? Goodbye. 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 And this week's word of the day is passion. Passion is a word we use all the time in our daily language, but we don't often stop to think about what it actually means. Just at the Triduum leading up to Easter, we had something called the Passion of Jesus, which is when he was cruelly put to death in a really horrible way. But at the same time, you'll hear people say things like, soccer is my passion. It's the same word, but clearly with a drastically different meaning. Or maybe it's the same meaning. You also hear it in the world of romance. Someone will say, I'm passionately in love with him. Or maybe when you're doing your homework, I hate math with a passion. All of these seem like different uses of the word, and it's tempting to think that maybe these all have different definitions, but it actually comes from the same root. The word passion comes from the Latin word passio, which means to suffer. All of these uses come back to suffering. The Passion of Jesus refers to when he suffered and died on the cross. If you say that something is your passion, you're talking about the fact that you are willing to suffer for this thing. In the same way, in the world of romance, you could say, I love someone so much that it hurts. I'm passionately in love with them. And of course, then you've got math, which can sometimes make you suffer. Passion is our word of the day, and now back to our regularly scheduled program. Okay, I think, yeah, okay, I guess I get the mic back on. Okay, so we're back. That was your word of the day. Passion was the word of the day. Thank you all, everyone making the passion jokes. I really don't understand what's happening with these, the blue and purple shirts. I don't get it. To the people asking if Lillian was staged, I'm not totally sure what you're asking, but yeah, you're onto me. I went out and I bought a child and propped her up in my living room just so I could pretend that she was related to me. So yeah, you're onto me. No, Lillian is actually my child. I got her the normal way. She has belonged to me. Yeah, so a couple of things. Number one, obviously, you can continue to submit questions to frogquestions.com. There's not going to be a live stream next Friday, because next Friday is supposed to be tech free or whatever. So if you're tech free, then you shouldn't be on YouTube. So I'm not going to be doing a live stream. Or, you know what, maybe I will, but I just won't publicize it. We'll see. If you're subscribed to my channel, then you might see me do a live stream anyway. But I'm just not going to. There won't be a word of the day or something. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for our show. Yeah. Bridget says she loves the cat as much as you do. Yeah. That cat, had actually never seen that cat, because the cat lived in my classroom for, I guess, the past, 5 years. And, well, I bought it 5 years ago, and it's been in my classroom ever since I bought it. And I brought it home with me when we went into quarantine. And as soon as she saw it, she was, like, in love with it. She thought it was the greatest thing she'd ever seen. Can Olivia and I do a Rat Day presentation next Friday? Is next Friday Rat Day? Okay, yeah. Send me your Rat Day video. Or maybe I'll have you call in next Friday. That sounds normal. Where can I buy a child? That was a joke, obviously. I don't get there's so many people saying blue or purple shirt. What is it with these cat shirts? It doesn't make any sense. They're the worst shirts I've ever seen. Okay. Yeah, and then of course as usual lots of Lillian support, which I can do without. She does nothing but cause chaos on this channel. Jackie wants to share a Bible joke. Sure, Jackie, you can share your Bible joke. Oh, and Rat Day already happened. So if Rat Day already happened, then why would we do a Rat Day special on not Rat Day? I mean, that doesn't make any sense, right? Yeah. Okay. Everyone's talking about the stupid kitten shirts. Yeah, blue and purple, whatever. Okay. So I'm going to, because there's so much insanity in the chat. I'm just going to stop reading it. Okay, so we are going to sign off here. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully by next week you will have found your sanity and will vote for the true best co-host of the show, which is obviously me, obviously not Lillian. Hopefully by next week Lillian will be fired and will never be back on the show. Okay, everyone stop talking about shirts, stop talking about rats. It's too much. That is going to do it for us for this week. So yeah, until next week. Well, not next week. We're not streaming next week. Or maybe we are. Maybe we're doing a rat thing. I don't know. Until next time, I see you all. Stay safe. Do your schoolwork. Don't get tattoos. Don't get weird piercings. Just, be normal. Be normal for once in your life. Okay. So, yeah. Insane. Okay. So we're going to stop here. Have a good day, everyone. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Welcome to Frog Question Friday.